Welcome back. That was a wrap-up of how events unfolded through the week with lots of action across. Congratulations to those who've made Team Kenya for the marathon and wishing them all the best. Real Madrid know that they have what it takes in terms of beating Bayern, but remember, these are the Bavarians. Anything can happen. PSG, tall order, but let's wait and see. For Arsenal and Manchester City, a lot to talk about, but the key rests with Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspurs. Remember, Manchester United yet to face Arsenal, Tottenham yet to face Manchester City. Will that be the key for the Premier League title? We'll have to wait and see. But as promised earlier on, we now shift gears and go straight into matters discussion. And we have with us a team from Boxing Federation Kenya to just let us know what's been happening around the boxing scenes. Then, of course, we have Elizabeth Andiego, who, won the middleweight category. That was the weight in Durban, South Africa for the inaugural Mandela Cup. Congratulations to her. She's here in the studio. And if my director can get the clip of how excited she was when they said the winner is red corner Elizabeth. She was so excited. They are here. There we go with lots to talk about. But we will be talking about that in a moment. But let's now introduce the guests here with us in studio. And Elizabeth Andiego to my immediate left. Elizabeth, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Congratulations and karibu back to Kenya.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here, and let's just discuss more about future endeavors of boxing.
Thank you very much and most welcome. Then to my farthest left, a man who likes smiling, always in a jovial mood, never sees the glass as half empty, but always looks at the glass as half full, looking at every opportunity that comes in any situation. The Boxing Federation of Kenya Communications Director, Duncan Kuria, popularly known as Sugar Ray, with us in studio. Sugar Ray, good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Ever smiling. Nice to see you in studio as well, and thank you for making time, Elizabeth and Sugar Ray.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you for the invite. We really appreciate.
Karibu sana.
I think Kenyans need to know what's happening in the world of boxing.
For sure. So let's start off, with Elizabeth. You are, one would say the new kid on the block when it comes to matters boxing. You went for the inaugural Mandela Cup in Durban, South Africa, and walked through and eventually won against the Mozambican African champion who'd beaten you twice.
All right. First of all, I can say I'm not the new kid in block. I've been there for the longest time.
For now.
Yeah. But I can say this is like the medal that I feel that I gave it my all, and I am so happy I did it. So this was a way of preparation towards the next qualifier for me. So because the first qualifiers, which was in Senegal last year, I managed to get a second place, which is a silver. Unfortunately, didn't manage to qualify with that for this qualification. Then we had another qualifier, which was in Italy. This was it in March, yeah. So that one also was not like a good performance. I can say not for us only, as Africa as a whole. No one managed to qualify. So that means the competition was so much high, and it was different. I can say many boxers showed up, and so it was a way more difficult way to qualify. So we're just looking forward to the next qualifiers, which I'm hoping to qualify.
Thank you very much, and wishing you all the best as you continue with the same, giving us a synopsis of how it's been in terms of qualification. Sugar Ray, let me come over to you and just pose this question. As a Boxing Federation of Kenya, Elizabeth went out, in Durban and came back with a gold medal. How did this make Boxing Federation of Kenya feel in terms of the ability that Kenya has to go out there and look for prospects and also look for opportunities?
I think it was a very special feeling. We felt very proud to have sent two boxers. First, although we are disappointed that it's only two boxers that represented us when we have other countries. For instance, a country like Democratic Republic of Congo sent 22 boxers. And they end up winning the overall title, having won 10 gold medals. I think in total they got about 15 medals. But as a country, we ranked very well because we sent 2 boxers and we won 1 gold medal, courtesy of her. It was a tremendous performance considering that the boxers that she was fighting against, Grammy Radi Andosinda from Mozambique, is 2 times Africa champion. She 2022 World Championship in Istanbul, she won a silver medal. So this is a very top caliber boxer whom she was facing away from home, and she performed beyond our expectation. Yes, when you look at the kind of opposition that you're meeting, sometimes you are able to make predictions based on somebody's reputation. So I can say Elizabeth went out there and believed in herself. She gave her all. And despite the many challenges that she encountered when that small team was traveling, because the team was not sponsored by the government, it was a different sort of arrangement to get to Durban, and they had a very long journey because they had to pass through Istanbul and spend 20 hours in the airport before traveling all the way to Durban. Coming back, it was the same story. So they are warriors. They went down there and performed very well, made the country proud. But I believe as a country, we can do much better in terms of facilitating our sportsmen and women, so that when they go out there and they're carrying the flag of the country, we feel proud where we have invested in terms of facilitating our sportsmen and women to go there and perform.
I mean, I can't say much, but Elizabeth, what was going through your mind at that particular moment where, the director was giving us a clip of you receiving the medal?
I can say with that, I just feel proud to where I've achieved, because it's not easy, and it's all about the passion and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that
moment I was really proud. Listening to the national anthem, I felt so proud, because it wasn't like any other game, because I was saying that I'm now the champ. Having beaten the champ, I was now the champ, so I was like, I can do this. So with even the next game coming, now I know that I can do it even more. Yeah. Elizabeth,
they say the easiest way to become a giant is to kill a giant. You kill the giant and you're the giant. So you beat the giant, now you're the giant.
Now I'm the giant. So, so I can say in Africa, when the people are talking about African female boxing, mm-hmm. I'm at the top. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Excellent. And Duncan, as we look at those moments, you've clearly put it that you had to make your own arrangements, separate arrangements to have the team. Durban, you have to go all the way to Istanbul and spend 20 hours is a bit cumbersome, while you can get a direct flight from here to South Africa, and 4 hours you're there. Yeah. I mean, in such scenarios, how do we pick up, and still motivate the team to ensure that they don't lose the focus, but they keep their eye on the ball, just like Elizabeth, did?
I think first of all, you need to be very strong mentally, so that you are able to handle each and every situation that come your way, and do it comfortably, because as you can see, Elizabeth had a lot of challenges going all the way to South Africa, and despite the many challenges that she encountered, she was able to perform to her level best. And I would say that is one of the proudest moments, when she's defeating one of the top boxers in the world, because Radi Andosinda is an Olympian. She was in Tokyo 2020, and in the World Championship, like I told you, she's a bronze medalist from 2022 World Championship. Africa Championship, she has won everything. She has won 2 titles as Africa champion. And so when Elizabeth was fighting against her, despite the many challenges that she had encountered, she pulled those challenges aside and was able to focus on giving her best, and the results speak for themselves. I would say it's very important for the boxers to be able to focus on their bouts. As officials, we are the ones who are supposed to handle those challenges that they encounter in terms of trying to get their facilitation to be able to go attend different fixtures. And when we do our trainings, we normally speak to them so that we ensure that they are also focused in terms of match preparation and also things that are likely to happen outside the ring, because it's very important for you to have a good balance between what you are doing in the gym and your life outside the gym, because if you mess up outside the gym, you are also going to perform poorly because of what you are doing outside there. So it's very good that as a boxer you are able to have a balance between what you are doing in the gym and what you are doing outside the gym. So that life balance of in and out of the gym is what gives them the stability that they require to go and handle situations like what we had there. And like you rightly say, even when that anthem is played, even if you are not there, everybody in the country feels proud. It's that moment when that anthem, I think our anthem is very special. When that anthem is played out there, despite, it doesn't matter the person who has won, but when you hear that anthem, it could be athletics, it could be rugby, it could be any other sport. When you hear that anthem, it's special. And somebody, sometimes she's very strong. I didn't see her shed tears.
Yes, because I've seen emotions.
Yeah. So it's a very emotional moment when that happens, and when it happens and you have defeated very formidable opposition. So I think as a sports lady who is setting trend here, because I think she's the senior most in our team and the team captain of the hit squad, I think that one puts her in a very good state, and it's a very good preparation for her in terms of warming up to go for the world qualifier that is coming in the next few days, because I think the next qualifier is in May 24th to June 2nd in Bangkok, Thailand. And I'm thinking this is a very good foundation for her to be able to set up for the world qualifier, where we expect her to qualify despite the difficulty that we have had in terms of the quota places that were provided by the IOC, because for her, in the women category, she's the only one who got a silver medal and did qualify because of the numbers that we had been given by the IOC. So it was a bit painful because she got to the final of the Africa qualifiers, where she was fighting against heavyweight champion of the world, Madi Khadija from Morocco. And Madija being a heavyweight, she had to shed weight to come down to middleweight. She was shedding about 6 kgs. So it was a difficult moment for her. But you see now, because of also the quality of the boxer, she was able to defeat Elizabeth on points. But it was a very tough fight. Elizabeth gave her all. But with the kind of determination that I'm seeing in Elizabeth, I have every confidence that when she goes for the final Olympic qualifier, which is happening in Bangkok, she will be able to get that ticket and become a 2-time Olympian.
Amen. Amen. And Sugar Ray, to become a champion, you must fight the best.
Exactly.
And
you're
like
right.
you rightly put it, beating the world champion, the Moroccan, clearly shows that she has what it takes. Elizabeth, what did you do differently? Because Radi has beaten you twice. The Mozambican. Yes, beaten you twice. And as you went into this, it looks like the approach was different. What did you do differently in terms of beating her this time round?
Okay, I can say my preparation, because I already know who might show up in those African games, Mandela Cup. So I was like looking towards every game that I fought with her, the last previous ones. So, and I was like, this time round, if I meet with Radi, she's not going to beat me again. So I was just looking what I didn't do right last time. Yeah, but my first fight which I fought with her was the last qualifier for 2020 Olympic Games. So she won by a split, and it was a very tough one. Yeah, it could either go, but at that time I thought I had won, because even the commentators were saying I should have gotten that one. But now, because she already had a ranking, so they gave it to her.
Wow.
So I was looking towards that game, and the one that we fought in the, Africa Zone 3. So I was like, this time round, I'm not going to fight her. Because she's a fighter, I'm going to box her. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me just do me. Today we'll see who wins the day. So I had prepared very well. I had tried working out with the most southpaws. Yeah, because she's a southpaw. So I was like, every time, just move on your right side. Yeah, don't get caught. So it was, I can say it was a good plan, and I was happy. Even the coach was able to come before I fought, and so I was confident, because when you don't have any person that knows you also to guide you when you're fighting, it also becomes a bit difficult.
Wow.
Yeah, so the coach was there in time, and were able to control the fight. Yeah, sure.
Tough indeed, but it looks like having done her homework very well, Sugar Ray, for her to do the same and clinch the gold medal. They say once beaten, twice shy, but this time round, twice beaten was not going to happen. Lightning was not going to strike the
twice.
third time. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Sugar Ray, with the fighting spirit that Elizabeth clearly shows, it shows that there is a lot of potential in our Kenyan boxers. And as we look at this, how comes we don't send big contingencies? We sent only 2 boxers to to Durban for the inaugural Nelson Mandela Cup, All African Games. Again, we didn't send a big contingent, and it is so clear that boxing is and it's becoming our bread and butter when it comes to matters gold or getting medals and being on the medal table. More so for games that boxing and any other sport is looked into. All African Games, the Olympics, these are games that boxing has an opportunity. How comes we don't send big contingency? A clear case scenario is the inaugural Mandela Cup. You had the All African Games.
Yes, I think you're very right. And it's also something that also disturbing us a bit, because when you look at Olympic Games, the country has gotten 7 medals, Olympic medals from Olympics, boxing. We have won 7 medals, including the first gold medal for Africa by Robert Wangela, 1988. I don't understand why anybody who is in sports administration, especially at the ministry, will think that boxing is not a prospect sport when it comes to these big championships. And I think there's also a bit of a misconception, because for the time, maybe from around when we had COVID, we didn't have many international championships. And the kind of championships that were happening around that time were the major championship, which is the World Championship and the Olympic Games 2020. And I think somehow we are getting judged based on our performance in the World Championship, which is not a true reflection of what our team is capable of doing. I think when you look at the World Championship, is where you get all the top boxers in the world, the best of the best. And sometimes you look at the performance of the individual boxers at that level, and you are able to measure their performances, you see their growth, and it's when you come maybe in the Africa context that you realize the kind of development that we have done in terms of now the performances of the boxers in Africa Championship, All Africa Games. For instance, in the All Africa Games, we were able to send 4 boxers. But first, maybe I take you back, in the 2019 Africa Games, we had a team of 13 boxers, and we got 5 medals, 1 silver, 4 bronze. The previous edition, we had gotten 2 bronze medals, and the other one in Mozambique in 2011, we had gotten 1 bronze medal. So when we came in with Team Jamal, we were able to improve the performance of the team from 2 medals to 5 medals in 1 championship. Then, come the 2023 Africa Games, we are given a slot of 4 boxers. I don't understand how that one came about, but the good thing is that we took the 4 and we were able to win a gold medal and a bronze medal in that championship. Again, it's like most people didn't expect boxing to get any medal. But I don't know whether that was the reason why they gave us few numbers, but with the few numbers that you were given, I think that was an exemplary performance. because we were able to win a gold medal, and it's been about 17 years since we were able to win a gold medal at Africa Games. So I think it proves that for real we have enough talent that if given the right atmosphere, they can be able to perform at the very top level. Again, we were able to send 2 boxers to the Mandela Cup, inaugural Mandela Cup, which was in Durban, South Africa, where we took Elizabeth Andiego and Frieza Anyango. Frieza Anyango lost to Ivanosa Morela from Cape Verde. Ivanosa Morela is a bronze medalist from 2019 Africa Games, and she was the current Africa welterweight champion. So you can see the quality of the boxer is top level. At the world qualifier for the first world qualifier for the Olympic Games, Ivanosa got up to the quarterfinal. And maybe what I need to tell you, at the world qualifier for the Olympic, we had the highest turnout of boxers. 602 boxers showed up. 602. And the bouts were so many, such that, for instance, our captain Boniface Mugunde, in his weight categories, there were 71. 71 boxers fighting for 4 tickets. It's not easy.
And not fair.
71 is the kind of numbers that we do our league here. Sometimes it's even less. We have about 66 boxers from all the teams that are coming to participate. So when you have 71 boxers fighting for 4 tickets, it's a bit of a challenge. So I think also some of our sports administrators need to understand the level of opposition that you are dealing, the challenges. They also need to understand the quotas, because I understand sometimes you hear people talk in terms of we are not able to get qualification when you go to the world qualifiers because we were not able to qualify when we did the Africa qualification. But now people need to understand the Africa qualification is very tough. We only had 7 slots for Africa, for men, 7. The entire 54 countries in Africa fighting for 4 tickets only, because they only needed 1 boxer in every weight category. So for women, we had 2 in every weight category, apart from middleweight, where we had Elizabeth Andiego, and she was able to finish number 2, where ideally she could have qualified. So I think it's just a matter of time, because if you are able to get opportunities to go for this major championship, we can be able to prove ourselves and be able to prove that we are a force to be reckoned with by winning medals at very high level. And I believe we have a chance to go and qualify for the Olympic Games, and God willing, Elizabeth might just be the one to win that ticket.
Before I engage Elizabeth on, her prospects or what she's looking up for, coming up next, of course, the qualifiers, just to bring you up to speed, we have Kenya Premier League going on this weekend. We have Muhoroni taking on Bidco United, Muranga Seal taking on Gor Mahia. You have Sofapaka taking on, Shabana. And, of course, those are live pictures from Police Sacco Stadium, where the match coming to you live in a short while will be KCB taking on Kariobangi Sharks. The question is, can the Sharks, swallow the bank, or will the bank, just go in and bank, the Shark? That match is coming to you live on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner. But before that, let's find out from Elizabeth. Elizabeth, the Olympics round the corner. I know there's still a lot in terms of qualifying. Is there hope?
Yeah, I believe there is hope. We are training towards that goal to get that ticket. So we are not backing down until we get it. So we're just pushing on every day, and we can urge anyone for any support we can get, so that we can able also to get a big number to go and represent us in the qualifier, because the more chances we have for more boxers, the more chances we also likely to get.
The inaugural, Mandela Cup must have been a morale booster for you, and you must be saying who's next or what's next, pushing Sugar Ray and team to make sure that every opportunity that comes, you are there to, to grab this opportunity to the Olympics. Yeah,
for sure. This Mandela Cup was like a preparation towards that. I was looking at it as a gauge to see where I am and to push on to the next qualifiers. So I'm just pushing on. I know we can do it. Yeah. We can do it. Yeah.
Sugar Ray, likely to see many boxers, making to the Olympics?
Yes, we're likely to get that. I'm hoping that we get some good number to represent us, because like Elizabeth has said, the more chances you get, the better your chances of getting a qualification. But sometimes, it's a challenge, because if you are able to send maybe 2-3 boxers, then your chances are a bit limited. But when you have the numbers, they also, it also brings the morale in the camp, becomes, a bit easier, and people are able to work a bit harder and push each other to be able to win those tickets. So I believe that we are likely to go and win these tickets when we go for our final Olympic qualifier, which will be happening in Bangkok, Thailand, in the month of May, from about 24th to 2nd of June.
Thank you very much. Elizabeth, that's your camera. What can you promise Kenyans as we wind up?
Okay, I can tell all Kenyans that to have a hope on us, we can be able to deliver. So we just need all the support we can get, so that we bring home those medals and be able to qualify. And of course, when you get to the Olympic Games, also to be able to qualify. So for now, all we need is your support. Keep cheering us up, and you can help us in any way you can.
And of course, pray for you.
And pray for us, of course.
Thank you very much. Sugar, in less than a minute, that's your camera. What can you promise Kenyans now that we've seen lots of, boxing opportunities from the likes of Elizabeth and Andiego? We have so many other boxers. What can you promise us now that Olympic qualifiers are still round the corner, with Bangkok being the last qualifier?
I believe what I can tell Kenyans is that as a federation, we are doing our best to ensure that we give these boxers all the support that they require to be able to go out there and do their best. We are giving boxers from across the country a chance to be able to earn from the sport. And it's our prayers that we can also be able to get some sponsorship to be able to tap this talent at the grassroots level. We have a program called Ndondi Mashinani, which is producing so many boxers, and we are hopeful that going into the future, we are going to have enough depth in all weight categories, so that when we come to selecting our national team to be able to go for international assignment, they will have gone through a lot of challenges winning that ticket. And when they go out there, then they are able to represent us very effectively and win the elusive medals that are out there and the tickets to the Olympic Games. We have never failed to qualify for the Olympic Games, so we are hopeful that come the last qualifier, we are going to get these tickets, and 1 or 2 boxers might just be able to win the ticket to represent us in the Paris 2024 Olympic Games.
We are hoping for more, not even 1 or 2, but even 4 or as many as we can. Sugar Ray, commercial communications director, Boxing Federation of Kenya. Thank you very much, Elizabeth and Andiego, middleweight champion. I must call her and give her credit where it's due. Thank you very much for making time to be with us this afternoon. We appreciate, and we'll be monitoring and letting Kenyans know as how you progress and how you prepare for the next assignment.
Thank you, and I must remember to thank you also. When Elizabeth is going to win these medals, it's you who give us eyes, so that when she does her recovery. So thank you very much to you and your company, Coca-Cola.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sugar Ray. As we now move to the next, just to let you know that we are going into Police Circle Stadium as we also prepare for the game that's coming up, KCB taking on Kariobangi Sharks. On behalf of everyone who's been behind this transmission, the transmission controller, the director, the producer, the cameraman, the camera team here in studio, not forgetting everyone who's been behind this. From me in studio, I say kuonana kesho ni majali yake Mwenyezi Mungu. Up next is KCB taking on Kariobangi Sharks, and it's all the way to Police Circle Stadium. Enjoy and keep it here, because this is your true sports partner. Over to Police Circle Stadium.